public comment. So, you want to start off?
You want me to? Yeah. Well, first of all, good morning, everyone, and thank you once again. I'm here. I'm very happy to see the committee. I'm here again to request your support for our annual conference on Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and Latinos. It should take place on March 21st. We're looking firstly for Mary Collins, but we already know that is busy. So we're looking for Roberto Alonso. We already said we had invited many doctors from the University of Miami. They are coming. You should know that all those mental illnesses have increased according to doctors' friends. So now more than ever, it's important to bring this information to the community. Most of it is coming in English, and that's the point that we're making the conference in Spanish mainly. We don't have a problem to do a little, summary in English if somebody is interested in attending. But mainly our public is the audience that we're looking is the Spanish-speaking one, because it's very hard, it's very limited, the information that is coming to the Hispanic community. One other thing that I want you to know, I'm part also of the Elderly Affairs Committee. I'm a member of that committee. We are seeing there that the county doesn't have any plan for the next 10, 20 years regarding the elderly in the county. It's a very serious situation. We invited somebody from the Alliance that is supposed to be like the central focal point of the elderly affairs in the county. I asked them, what was the plan, and they couldn't tell us of any plan. We are concerned. We already got a resolution coming from all the commissioners. We're asking the Elderly Affairs office in Tallahassee. We want to know what is the best way to inform to our community at large. What for seniors is easier to get information from? If it's the radio, TV, throwing flyers. We want to know that, and we also want to find out what language are needed in our county. So that I want also you to know that 72% of the county population is Hispanic, and 67% of them speak Spanish at home. So with that consideration, and sensibility, we appreciate much the support from this elderly committee to have this activity. We've been invited to a couple others towns, but we said, our loyalty is still with Miami Lakes. Here is where we got the first, for our first conference in Spanish, opened the doors, for us to do it. We've done it already in several parks here in Miami Lakes, and we want to do it this year, and that's the purpose of my visit here.
Okay, what are you asking? Are you asking us to have a form or something for you to come and invite all the seniors that speak Spanish?
Well, yes, we are using all the media. What we're asking from the committee is to co-host this event, so we don't have several expenses, that we don't have. We are a real nonprofit. That there are many organizations called nonprofits, but they are not.
If we sponsor the given Roberto Alonso, like they've been doing it before, it's a way that we can have also somebody that speaks English too that can talk to the people.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That we
That's what I'm saying.
can do some sort of a summary.
Like a bilingual.
Because they'll have a summary at the end.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you have a card?
I suppose. Let's see. No?
So had you requested the date for the conference or in Roberto Alonso?
He already reached out to me
Okay.
about the date. Unfortunately, the date they were looking for is not available. As far as, my assistance in coordinating them, I told them that that would happen if the committee decides to, vote and approve this, support this event. So that
Last year, same thing.
based on that, then I would work with him on availability and location. Just so you guys know, when external organizations come in to do stuff, they have to go through like an application process, there's a permit fee and other things that I don't know the details to. But if it goes through the committee, then because it's a sponsored event by the committee, then you guys obviously have accessibility to Roberto Alonso, Mary Collins at no cost to you.
Right.
Given availability, but yeah.
Claricel mentioned to us a couple of days ago that Roberto Alonso was open on that date. What happened is that I already invited the doctors. They are on a vacation that time, but they are breaking their vacation to come to the conference.
She just said it's not available.
Mary Collins.
Oh, Mary Collins, oh, sorry. Okay.
So what did they, I'm sorry?
March 21st.
So just so we're clear, I don't have any information on whether it's available or not. It sounds like he's
You
spoken to
have to
somebody
be in this
else.
first before you do that.
Yeah, so I don't have confirmation.
All in favor of the conference?
You have no cord or something?
Thank you.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. We can put it in her turn.
You want me to make a motion?
Yes, make the motion.
I will make a motion, so we have the conference on March 21st, helping Mr. Mario Perez, Mario last name is?
Tapia.
Mario Tapia.
Yeah.
With the organization.
Assuming that you get what you need.
Oh, we need a second, guys, before we.
Second.
Now, and I just wanna, make you guys aware. I know last year there was, some charges I wasn't aware of and they came in later. Nothing for you guys to worry about. I just want to be upfront now. So as you guys know, we have tables that already exist in these locations. Certain tables, like for example, Roberto Alonso has the round ones, Mary Collins, I don't know what you have. But the point is that if we work with what we already have, given that it's on a weekday, janitorial can help us with that, there is no cost for setting up. If we are asking for a setup that is not available to us at that location and we have to move tables, there will be a cost. And that cost would have to be taken on by Elderly Affairs
Let's see, March.
if we are
21st.
sponsoring that event.
It's a Wednesday.
Yeah, so we do have to enter, but the key part here is we have to use whatever is in that location. If you need more tables or chairs that do not exist at that location and we have to move things, then there will be a cost because then handyman has to load, we have to take them away to load, unload and set up.
So
It's an
that,
additional.
that means we should restrict it to the amount of chairs there.
Or I would be clear about the motion and the direction you guys want to take, like, no, we want to be clear that, and I'm only saying that because it may not align with what they're looking for in terms of setup. So is that the direction you want to give them? Like, oh, we want to keep it to whatever is already there. And that's all you guys are willing to kind of,
And
support.
And then you would direct them again, you direct them, or you only have this many people. Because if they only have 100 chairs. And
Well-
that's all we have, and they need more.
Exactly. So
And
like if we only have 100 at that location, is that what you guys are willing to provide? Are you willing to,
We don't
support with
wanna pay
extra
them.
cost?
No, we don't want to.
I just want to be very clear,
Right.
because I don't have right now readily available what that amount
How many
is.
people you expect?
110, 120.
We have 124 chairs at Roberto Alonso.
It's a Mary Collins.
It's a very common, very common,
Very
there's not as many chairs.
No, we don't have. How many we have?
So what could happen is that the organization can choose to maybe bring in rentals if needed to supplement whatever they need. But that would be something you guys would have to coordinate and we can talk about what that amount is after when I find out for you. But just understand that it needs to be, you need to work within whatever is in that location.
Yes, Nancy.
And I missed it. What is the purpose of this event?
That's fine.
What is the
This is-
subject matter?
The subject matter is experts talking about Alzheimer's and Parkinson. They will be talking about science.
Mario,
Thank you.
sorry. If we need some extra chairs and we need something, probably it's gonna be a cost too much. Maybe Lupe can help us with that. Can you ask her? She has done it before.
No,
You want me
well,
to ask
maybe with other groups, we try not to spend because we don't have, the organization is not depending on a big grant from the government, from foundations, we just don't have the money, yes.
Are you willing to, since we're not gonna have enough chairs, we know that, Mary Collins. It will be an expense to this committee. to have them move chairs and take it to Mary Collins. Are you willing to move the date so that it can be accommodated at Roberto Alonso, where we do have 110 chairs? Okay.
Yes, at this point, we are willing to move the date. yeah.
Okay, okay, so I would ask the person who made the motion, Pedro, if you could possibly modify your motion so that it would say something to the effect that, with their understanding, it'll be moved to
So
Roberto Alonso, therefore we will not incur an expense of moving chair.
for my motion to do it at Roberto Alonso, where we have enough chairs. to be able to do it.
But again, the day of.
So thank you. Thank you very
Any
much.
objections to it?
Any more discussion?
Discussion.
But my understanding is you haven't come up with a date. He's gonna have to change the date.
I'm
for the
gonna work
people.
with him on
He's
the
gonna
date.
work with.
I'm just trying to.
Yeah.
Get it from my notes.
Yeah, no date has been given as of right now.
All in favor?
Aye.
They provide lunch, right?
Mhm.
They will.
Yes.
They
yes,
provide
big
lunch.
paella.
And I'm sorry,
Right.
guys, if I could bring you back to the agenda, we skipped over additions, corrections, deletions, and adoption of minutes.
I think we're still in public comment.
Yeah, but public comments was number 5, and you guys didn't agree to skip the agenda.
Oh, you said them
Yeah.
to read here. I had.
The conference is in Spanish and we'll do some summaries in English.
Those are minutes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
yeah, I think you were also looking at minutes.
I was looking at minutes. Yeah, I apologize.
And I'm just wondering, this is.
Right, but
God,
But we-
He may not be.
they are because we already talked to them, yeah.
All right, yeah, I didn't know that, so, okay,
So you did the roll call, now we're in number 3.
all right. Has everybody reviewed the minutes?
Number 3. Additions, corrections,
Additions, corrections,
deletions. So this is the chance if you guys need to add anything to the agenda, delete, edit anything. Does anybody have anything they need to add?
no. On the favor. Adopt the minutes.
Vamos a hacer.
I moved to adopt the minutes.
I'm una foto.
Did I hear a second?
Me second.
In favor.
Aye.
Now we're.
Did everybody,
Bye, bye,
I'm sorry,
bye.
because I don't hear people voting and we need to be clear about the vote.
About what?
Like, no, some people stay quiet, we're voting.
Yeah, please, don't talk unless you raise your hand.
So raise your hand or something, let us know that you're voting yes to approve the minutes, please.
Aye. Yes.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
The public comment.
No, but yes, but I think.
Can I help you?
Yes, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna let you speak.
Oh, wonderful. Where could I?
Just stand right there.
Right here, okay,
Right in the front of the room.
okay.
Say your name.
Over here. Hi, good morning, everybody. I come to you from, or we. come
I'm
to
sorry,
you
say your
from
name first.
Henry Parnas, my wife Sonia Cola. Okay. We came to you from the Cultural Affairs Committee. They suggested we come and speak to the senior committee. The idea that we have, and there are several people, a couple of people in the room that were in cultural affairs on the 2 occasions that we presented our idea. We would like to propose that you help us set up a journaling and conversation group. This would be somewhere in Miami Lakes, it could be here, it could be in the library, it could be at another venue, Mary Collins, who knows? But the idea is to have a journaling group with conversation. Now, I want to give you an idea, that we came up with. This is one of the magazines. I don't subscribe to this one, but Writer's Digest, I've been subscribing for many years. This is something that we came up with just as an idea. We go by prompts. A prompt is, as an example, your character has just run into someone who looks exactly like them. In other words, someone who looks exactly like me. I'd be shocked, surprised, right? My wife and I were sitting in a Barnes and Noble, after reading this. And we said, okay, we'll come up with 3 minutes worth of whatever we write, and we'll read whatever we write to one another. So we wrote these two, and this is on
Yeah.
a couple of Skechers and Barnes and Noble, right? And this was a response to this prompt. What we are proposing to do is to have in Miami Lakes a group who will come together on a regular basis to write a journal. Could be a journal, could be a short story, could be a prompt, could be an idea from a picture, just a prompt. But I'm proposing, or we are proposing, that you consider starting a group who will journal and converse.
You can even read what we wrote in maybe
Yeah.
less than 5 minutes.
All right,
We grab that and he
give
wrote
us another couple of minutes,
Yeah.
we'll read this to
And if
you.
you read yours, I can read
Okay.
mine.
Your character has just run into someone who looks exactly like them.
And
This
you
was
come
the
up with
response.
something in 5 minutes.
Right.
Go ahead.
Oh, I read mine, okay. This is what it just came. I wrote, okay, the beginning, and then I wrote, I saw her coming. She was my spitting image, only maybe 30 years younger. At first sight, I found her beautiful. I never found myself beautiful. She looked at me, her big eyes showed surprise, a big question. She was interrogating me with her eyes. Slowly, she approached me and asked my name. I told her. Deep inside, I remember it was only 5 minutes, but whatever comes to your mind, that's more or less the idea. You can read yours
Well,
if you
I'm
want
not
to.
gonna read it. It's just more to say,
It's for
but
you to have an idea,
Yeah.
yes.
the idea is to form a group who would like to write, and I'm not, we're both published authors. I'm not suggesting we start novels or short stories even, but a short prompt response or a couple of lines of interest. And we'd converse at the same time, talk about things of interest. And that's what we'd like to propose.
Excuse me, I think to tie it back to elderly affairs, I know you spoke to cultural affairs, but I guess you should explain to them why elderly affairs would be you had mentioned it was for older adults, right? Specifically is what you were looking to. open up
Well,
the-
the intention is to have residents of Miami Lakes and environs to write and converse.
Right.
We were at Cultural Affairs, and they suggested to come to the senior committee and make this proposal.
So I just want to be clear, the reason that cultural affairs suggested it is because they were looking more for an older adults crowd to join this kind of.
I think he's looking for any crowd, really.
And I also think that it's good because of the brain. We're older, some of you are retired, some of you probably are still working, but to make the brain work. And only by reading and writing, it causes that. That's the main idea, and try to avoid Alzheimer or other issues.
Okay, and get your hand up.
No, I just think he's looking for really any.
Oh, I'm sorry, it
but
was Amar.
That's,
I do think it is a great idea. I mean, not everybody have to participate, I think, but there's people that have the time and would like to make more friends in a way that is like more productive for your mind and that you can use your creative spirit, whatever. I think it's a great idea. I mean, I would love to participate. I just don't have the time right now, maybe later, but I think, for people that like writing or like culture or like, it's a good idea to mingle and meet other people and just use your mind, to create things.
Yeah.
Socializing, making friends, exactly, that's
Making new
another
friends,
issue, that's another
yeah.
reason.
And
But one of
more
our
in
events
touch
like
with the
that-
community
And writing, I mean,
and writing. of
we're not
course.
asking you to write a novel, but, to write a little bit. So,
Yes, Nancy, it's okay.
I think that you did the right thing approaching cultural affairs first. Whatever reason, they suggested you do it through the Elderly Affairs Committee. As an Elderly Affairs Committee member, based on what we already do, such as our bingos and whatever, if we decide to do this, then perhaps it's something that is going to be similar to how we do bingo. Then we would have to do something with the budget and find a location, which would probably be closer to Mary Collins, which is a little smaller than Roberto Alonso. So those are the subjects that we would have to cover should we decide to do this. And all that, not all that, but based on what I said and what we're doing and that type of thing, now you're getting the town involved with janitors and, you know, just like we do with the bingo. So we have to decide, can we take that on with our budget and what we currently do? And those are the things I would want to consider.
What I'm hearing from this is he doesn't want the committee to be involved. If any one of us want to get involved and I know my neighbor needs this help. Let me talk to them, give them the information, not the committee. The committee can't take it on because we already.
Venue.
He's
Have you
asking
got
for
a
the
venue?
committee.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's for the committee to
Is that-
start the group.
Yeah,
Everybody
it's like a
listening to
group.
me?
All right, go ahead.
I don't think it's that we have to really sponsor anything. The only thing we have to do is like this yoga thing or something. He can have it at the library without anything. The library in the back has a room that they do children's art or something like
I
that.
mean, they're for seniors too.
Right, I've done taekwondo, whatever that is. He can have something like that, and I really think it's great. Probably for the higher educated people in.
Correct.
Right.
Because that's the issue you might run into too. That they don't understand.
People that are having a hard time understanding or.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
set
I
up
always
for
say that if we speak, we can write.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. So everybody can, and of course, nobody will join a group saying journal writing unless you already have certain skills.
Right.
If I may guide you through this, are you planning to set up the group regardless of whether you get the support from this group or not? Or are you looking to do it through them and start it with this group right here?
Well, we would certainly ask for your help,
Yeah.
but, you know, in response to the lady over there, I don't think it entails a tremendous amount of, first of all, no money. Yeah, you know, Mary Collins is there, the library is here. If we decide to go to another venue, fine. But the idea is to have in this community a group of like-minded people who would like to write a little, a journal maybe.
A book club. It's like a book club. He wants a book
Yeah.
club.
Make it less bureaucratic.
Oh, yeah, we need to figure that out.
Yes, Marty.
I think to begin with, to try and see if there's an interest from the elder affairs attendees.
Right.
Because we're the committee, but the people that are attending is a different group. Is maybe if we can have him come to a bingo, for example. And then speak at a bingo, which is not going to cost anything. And there will be a large group of people, because the bingos are well attended, there are about 100 people or more.
Seniors.
So seniors, seniors being over the age of 60, I think it is.
Again.
So it's not, you know, no difference to you, not 80-year-olds only. We'll all get there, so. Not much of time. But what I'm saying is, there will be a large group of people that, there will be an audience to hear, to see what interest there is. And maybe they can form a group, or maybe they will need our assistance in saying, and helping, saying, okay, we'll promote it. And it'll be at the library on Tuesdays, or, you know, and help come up with a plan. But I think if we have them speak at a bingo,
That was in the beginning.
it would present it at the bingo and see what the reaction is. Do people go, come up to you and say, oh, I want to do this, let me know, or come
Right.
up to anybody of our committee that's working at the bingo going, oh, are you guys gonna do this? Are we interested? As opposed to right now asking us to take a vote or a stance on it, I think is premature. But I don't want to turn you away, because I do think that writing does help people's minds, and it does activate sensories, and it does help the community and communications as well. Because, you know, there could be biases one way or another, and the writing and somebody expressing themselves really does help understand other cultures or things of that nature. So I think it could be very beneficial to the community as a whole, but we are really working with the elderly in the community, being again over the age of 60. And so we would need to see, I think, what the interest is.
Exactly.
So I propose, and, you know, one, I can make a motion that we allow them to come to a bingo and speak and give, you know, the speech that they've given here today at the bingo, and see if there's an interest, and if people come up to them or us and say, hey, this sounds great, are you guys gonna do this? Then we can take it on and take a vote as to whether or not we want to back the idea.
The one problem I'm having with having it at a bingo is only a certain amount of time. We feed them lunch, they wanna talk while they're having lunch, and then we go into bingo, because that's what they're there.
Right, no, and I understand, but
But I'm saying I can't make a big, long, they
No,
can make a small speech.
No.
And if you're interested, here's our contact number, call us.
We can take names.
We can take names if they're willing to give you the phone number, yeah.
And we would limit it, because bingo is very regimented.
And that's what they're there to do.
There's my writing skills. So we would say, okay, you could only speak 5 minutes.
Yeah, no.
And then-
4.5.
I think if you
Yeah, but it's a
read
big
something
group.
like what she read, you know, between explaining it what you want, you know, say 5 minutes max, and you would keep your speech down to 5 minutes, I think we can put you in with.
I just want to interject and say, my wife and I, I was vice president of the South Florida Writers Association. I'm a published author. My wife is a published author. And again, we go all the way down to Pinecrest. You guys know where Pinecrest is, right? To attend a similar group over there. Why not in Miami Lakes?
No,
You know?
No, I think that's good.
You have a group of 120
Yeah.
people.
I'll make a motion for them to be able to speak at a bingo. To get, to see the interest
And
in.
another thing, it doesn't
Second.
have to be, it doesn't have to be a big group. On the
It
contrary,
could be 10 or 14
six,
people.
yeah, not too many either, because it's writing, it's otherwise it.
I like that.
Work, I think.
But one of the beauties of writing, a short story, let's say I have a prompt, like this one here. Your character is just run into someone who looks exactly like them, okay? So for 5 minutes, we write down our ideas about how we would react if we encounter someone who is the split,
I like that.
the doppelganger,
Wait, we don't mean to cut you off, but we have an
No, no,
agenda,
no,
we're
no.
only here for an
After
hour.
we get into a bingo, it's up to you. You
Right,
have to let us
right,
know.
we
So
would
they know
get,
about that.
we
You
would
know,
get
the
your
big
information,
Yes.
and we will
I like
let
that.
you know
When we can, yeah.
the next bingo is on the 20th.
February
So
20th.
February 20th.
20.
So,
Roberto Alonso Community Center.
Oh,
wait, we have to do the motion to allow them.
You need to write it down or
Do I check
somebody
it?
write it down.
So the 20th. Wait, guys,
I need it.
Everybody's talking, raise your hand if you wanna talk, okay, please.
please state your motion.
I motion to allow them to come in and speak to us at a bingo concerning
February 20th.
on February 20th, concerning their group that they want to start.
That's
Great.
That sums it up.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And she raised her hand, I didn't know she wanted.
No,
to
she
talk.
said.
voted.
Oh, I haven't, all in favor?
Aye.
So you're invited at our next bingo on
What time was that?
11 AM.
11 a.m.
And
Roberto
Roberto Alonso.
Alonso
Where are those
Community
11
Center.
I know where it is. We know where it is.
But 87,000.
Okay. That sounds wonderful.
Okay, many thanks.
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's great to
Bye-bye.
see you. Have a good day. Practice your speech. So you get talk too much.
Bye-bye, guys. Bye. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Officer.
Yes, good morning. I'm Ted Nieves with Miami-Dade Police Department. I'm assigned here out of Miami Lakes. I've been here for many years. I'm in the General Investigations Unit.
Welcome.
Thank you, thank you. And I'm here because My partner and I are looking to improve our crime prevention efforts in the town of Miami Lakes, and we're working with the Public Safety Committee. We're gonna be working closely with them, of course. And as we can see with the gentleman and his wife who just spoke a moment ago, it's nice to see them, how the committees kind of can work together, the Cultural Affairs, the Neighborhood Improvement Committee, Public Safety, and of course with all of you. So I came today to let you know that we are going to be engaging in that and working, improving our crime prevention efforts. And of course, that includes and prioritizes the elderly community. So I wanted to be sure that you were aware of the efforts and to see how we can be here for you and see the resources that we have, because the Miami-Dade Police Department provides you all with your police services. This is one example. One of our newest little additions. I happened to run into one of my partners recently, and she's the handler of this particular little dog. And they're service dogs. And if you have an event, for example, where you feel that it would be nice for the handler to bring the dog. So just little details like that. Another big example might be surveys, crime prevention, safety surveys. We can go to the home of any resident. but
Office,
particular-
do you have a card that we can have?
Yes,
you?
absolutely. I'll definitely provide you all with business card. The security surveys are a helpful tool. We can visit the individual's home and provide them with safety tips and help them answer any questions and just pretty much be a resource for them as well. So that's really my purpose for being here today, to let you know.
Officer Amador has been at some of our socials. And we've talked a little bit about different things, and he's talked to people, you know?
Yes,
So, and I think you work with him, don't you?
he's my partner, known him for many years. We actually went to the academy together, so we're engaging in this together.
I think that's a great idea.
Guys, help
I
the other
think
day
it's
we had an
something the
event.
seniors need. To know that security, that they know they have that in here in Miami Lakes.
Yes, and it's actually
It's
part of our
available.
mission statement, not only to help prevent crime, to help you feel that you're in a safe
Your
environment.
safe environments. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I'm gonna speak up and brag and say that I had the pleasure of meeting with Detective Nieves this past week. I was, I hate to use the expression gobsmacked, but nevertheless, her ideas and what she wants to do with my committee, public safety, and possibly with elderly affairs. Her ideas, her suggestions are awesome, things that perhaps we've never even thought about. So she's here to introduce herself, but I want you all to know she is awesome in regards to how to handle certain issues and whatever. And if the committee has anything, or some individual here has something, this is the lady that you should talk to, because her ideas are just awesome.
Yes,
I
I'm
have
gonna-
to say
I'm
that.
gonna
It was
be
such a
with this.
pleasure. She had me all fired up and excited last week. Thank you.
Thank you. I want, I think Officer Amador asked to meet you and I and him to meet, so.
Yes. That sounds
I'll
great.
get back after the meeting, we'll set up.
Sounds great. And if I may add, real quickly, May is a Law Enforcement Appreciation Month. And we're going to be moving forward with some events, and one of the ways that is celebrated throughout the state and throughout the country is with blue lights, blue ribbon, blue lights, and so maybe you all can assist us in promoting that in the future.
That's how the other day, we did a big event, Amelia Hart,
Yes,
with the adoptions.
That's
I
right.
don't know if you were there or not.
I wasn't.
No,
Oh,
but,
thank-
yeah.
Do you have a card for us?
I do, I will. Probably send you.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
It's about every given day.
Treasury report.
Oh, we have 23,000. $45.23. Yeah, that's good. We're in,
I
February,
think
wow.
to help us with that, look at the money part. I'd like to suggest that we make Pedro a person of getting the sponsors and the food, because he knows so many, and that helps us with our budget. So I don't know what you call that position, but I'd like make that his mission here.
It should be,
Now,
because it is.
you know, whoever talks. This way, the sick person's got the best. Please do not talk while we're having a meeting, please. All right, go ahead. So I don't know how you all feel about it, but I think he's the best person on the committee because he knows.
He's been doing it all the
He
time.
has, but we had a hard time with the first one because everybody was so busy right after the holidays and everything. And I said, hey, how would you like to do this as the committee? He said, sure, he'd love to take it.
Let's give it a name. What would we do?
I'm sorry, Daddy, I couldn't hear what you said. Because other people were
Everybody was
talking.
talking, please
So-
do not talk while somebody's talking here, okay? My request is to have Pedro be a person and on the committee to get the meals, the sponsors. That doesn't mean you can't, but nobody usually else comes out to the sponsor. You always decide you want this person, how do you think of this? I think it's great. I think we need to give him the position, give him credit for everything he's doing. Now, I don't know how, is that all right for us to do something like
Yeah,
that?
you guys are just.
Can we
you
name
know,
it?
Yeah.
What would we?
And
Yeah,
then
but it's
it'll
an
help you.
unofficial name. I mean, my point is, you guys have been doing this anyways. There's not really,
Okay.
you're just like, you're just making it clear that, hey, he's gonna take on that task.
And sometimes it can, he's on vacation and we don't think about it, he's on vacation. I think it's just to make it, and he's gonna be on, he's gonna say, maybe I'm gonna be on vacation, if somebody want to find a sponsor or whatever,
Okay.
have it set up ahead of time. So like the next bingo, should already be set up.
Well, I will mention, there's no reason for you guys to not know if a sponsor has been confirmed for a bingo, because anytime a sponsor is confirmed for your request, I do share that information.
Oh,
So
I
you
know.
guys
Yeah.
should be able to keep track of who has, where their sponsors or not.
And that'll be he'll have that responsibility. More people need to have responsibility on the committee to do different things, so it helps her too. Because if nobody's doing it, then she has to find one for us, so that will take one thing off her plate.
The 20, we have Vista. No,
Sponsors support.
I can confirm for you guys. who we
Yeah,
have, right?
Vista, I think.
Yes,
is-
ma'am.
Oh, yes.
I agree with what you're saying. And to move this along, I make a motion that we give Pedro the title and job of public relations or something like that to handle these type of things. He's doing it anyway, we might as well have a position.
Vista,
And
yeah.
I think he's excellent at what he does. He does it anyway, so now to make it official, that's my motion.
Okay.
You need a second.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any against? You guys have to remember
Yeah.
the name.
I see all the hands go up, that's why I don't say it, but I guess I need to do that just for.
Thank you.
Motion passes.
Yes.
Yes.
I really have no comments, a lot of the stuff I was gonna say has already been said, so I don't have anything. We do have a bingo this on the 20th. And we are gonna make it Valentine's celebration. Got a lot of stuff from the past that we've saved, like decorations and all. So, all those of you who wanna come are invited.
Please note, that as far as I know, nobody's confirmed any catering, so, I brought a proposal. It is attached to all of your agendas. Please review it. And I guess approve it unless you guys have any other ideas. Because we do need to have lunch confirmed for this evening.
Daddy,
Yes,
but do the members of the committee need to register to attend the events?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Do the members of the committee have, I think we all need to speak louder so
Yeah.
that people on that end can hear and the people on this end can hear. So what she's asking is, do we have to register for committee members to attend an event?
It
We
depends.
should.
It depends, because if you, let's pretend that you never go, right? And then we always set aside his, hers, whatever. And then you're gonna maybe go and sit at the table or do something, then you might have to. Now, if you, beforehand, you say, hey, I'm gonna go help, like you're saying here, then
Yeah,
no,
Food.
but it depends, like,
You may not get food because
Right.
before, if
We
you
were-
register, then
for sure you're gonna get food.
you're. I know, but for the, we're ordering extra meals for the committee, but I'm saying,
Yeah, because.
we don't know if everybody shows up,
Right,
then
that's the
somebody might
problem.
be without,
That's the problem.
without food.
If you
So-
never go.
But I'm only mentioning because I feel like there's few things that some people are, if some committee members are registering, others not, I feel like you're not really, either we are or we're not, it shouldn't be like.
But it depends. Everything has its wiggle.
I know, but it depends, that we're gonna be asking every year.
No, but I think it means that if you are requiring a meal, because us as a committee, if
There's no
three
meal, I
people
don't have
show
it.
up and we can let them in, we're
Then I won't
supposed
eat.
to let them
That's
in.
fine.
That's what we all agreed to. That's what,
Okay.
the food is for them.
Got
The 20 extra meals or that buffer, that, I forgot to register somebody that's gone to every bingo ever and for some reason it didn't show up.
We've had.
The
meals that
name
we don't
didn't
eat.
show up. And so we give those 20 meals that we're ordering extra go to those people and it goes to the sponsors. And the sponsors can be up to 4 because it's 2 per person, 2 per sponsor, so it's 4. Now, if, like, I can tell you when I've gone, when she's gone,
We didn't eat
we didn't eat.
because we ran out of food.
Even though we had ordered extra food.
Right.
So, but I didn't care. I don't go there to eat. I go there. When I go to help.
So it depends.
It's irrelevant whether I eat or not.
You can.
It's, so.
I think.
I don't know if that clears up.
No, that's why I said it depends.
Maybe-
The minute we can't all talk, just one thing, she had the floor. Please don't talk because I'm getting confused because she's saying something, she has a question. Please. Okay, finish your question.
Okay, no, I just wanted to let you know that I have always registered, but mainly because I was registering my mother.
Right.
So now that I'm gonna be on my own, I just wanted to know if I still need to continue registering or not, that's all. But, I always register. I mean,
No, I never register. I know I'm gonna be there, so I never register. Yes, Nancy.
Okay, we kind of talked about registering in my case. Most of the time I attend. Dot orders a meal because she knows I'm attending. I'm like you, if I eat, I eat, if I don't, I don't. I am not gonna die if I miss a meal. So the thing is this, I think for Dottie's purposes, she's very kind in that I don't have to register and I can still get a meal. I think that's wrong, mostly because yes, you do the 20 extra, but I think for Dottie's sake and ease of confirmation, I think as committee members, if we're going to be there and maybe want a meal, maybe not, whatever, we should register. It's just like most of the time I go, I don't register. She's got an extra meal for me. And then there's a time when I didn't register and they were short on meals, so I don't eat. I'm like you, I either eat or I don't. It doesn't matter. But I think at some point, especially with the bingos, where it is a lot of meals being ordered, I think we should be required, mostly because it gives Dottie a definite, some kind of answer number, because one day somebody's gonna say to her, you're ordering all these meals, it's costing this much, da, 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 da. How many people do you have that come all the time? And it's gonna be, well, they show up. I think for the purpose of paperwork and whatever, I think we should register. It's only polite.
Okay.
There's no question about, is Nancy coming or not?
The one thing to that is, I don't know how many people that registered that don't show up. I have had at least 12 not show up and.
Then you don't have to order 20 meals, just
But I don't
order
know
only
they're not
10.
gonna show up.
But
I just
if you
giving my opinion.
if you require, well, I'm finishing my thought. If you require us, that at least eliminates that question mark.
You had your hand up.
It's simple.
Nancy, what it is like usually it's 5 people that show up to help, same 5. Her, well, then there's more now, you, it's sometimes her, whatever.
But
those
see,
same 5.
sometimes.
But,
yeah,
okay, but
sometimes.
those are the 5 that we always take into consideration that are coming. I understand, even with your mom, so you went, but you really didn't help. You went and helped your mom, which I understand because she needed it. So that's a different, that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you go to help and you one of the ones and we assume that you're coming. Now, if you come to sit it with your friends, then yes, you have to register. Because it's a big difference.
So if you're
But in
working,
the meantime, Dottie doesn't know.
Yeah, she knows.
Is she coming? Is she not coming?
No, she knows. We know you're coming. Unless you get sick and something happens to her.
It's a tough thing. If I have a doctor's appointment on that day, we're having discussion for minutes.
excuse me, she still has the floor and you got in because she.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Her, so.
But what I'm saying is that I think it depends on the reason, you know, if you're a constant person that goes, we assume. Bueno, y esta, bueno, we assume that you just going to come. And if you don't come, then you speak up. But.
Go ahead. I think if you're going to volunteer and actually serve,
Let me talk.
if, again, if you're going to work and volunteer,
This is the
not
last you
sit
see
with
of
your
me.
friends and hang out, but actually go to work, to serve the meals, to do whatever Dottie, because she's in charge when she's there, whatever Dottie needs you to do. So if it's get the water and hand out water, if it's get the food, hand out the food, if it's get the dessert, whatever the case may be, sit at the registration table, give the food to, if you're willing to do that, there are 20 meals that have been set aside for those individuals, 20. Now, those volunteers that are actually working understand that they may or may not get a meal. That's their understanding. If you are going to, I'm gonna go and hang out with my friends, which everybody's entitled to do, and not work and not clean up and not, or not, hand out food, not help, then you know what? You're taking, if that's what you wanna do and you wanna be an attendee, not a committee member.
Correct.
There's a difference. If you're there as an attendee, you register. If you're there as a committee member, working as a committee member, then you don't need to register. And that's what we've said, that's what the 20 meals are for. Understand that if you're a committee member there as a committee member, working as a committee member, not as attendee, but as a committee member, which makes the responsibility that you have to work, then you don't, because we've ordered 20 extra meals, 4 of them go to the sponsors, so it's really 16 extra meals. And if people show up, you may or may not get a meal.
Yes.
And there's never been an occasion where somebody's not getting a meal, because I don't, if I can have one, I have one. You've been there, you've always been the same way with all of them. If there's some left over, we take one. If not, the committee's purpose is to be here to speak to the seniors. And as long as we have enough for them, that's fine. Nancy's got.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll make it quick, but it does make it easier for you. And let's say, let's be polite to one another. The point is Dottie always orders 20 extra meals. Now, you never know where those 20 meals may have to go. And it doesn't matter if I get a meal or not, but the thing is, it's polite to at least say to her, I'm coming, I want a meal. I see no problem in that. If you want to make it mandatory or not, it still leaves a question mark. And all I'm saying is, it just makes it a little bit easier if you give a definite answer if you're coming or not. That's all.
I think it is polite to let Dottie know. Send her an email. That does not mean that you have to register. Two different things.
We already said on that. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Send it.
However she handles.
Wait a minute, now she's got the floor. We can't just keep going back. We gotta move on. I mean, we've got a whole
So
agenda.
again, I will say,
And we've never had a problem so far, so I'm just letting you know that. Okay.
so I say out of politeness, let Dottie know via email, via phone, via text. But then she'll know, oh, I have 5 people going to work as committee members. Period.
The lady who just left has never missed
Yeah, but
one.
that's uncalled for.
I'm not saying it isn't. I'm saying she's been there every single time. She's done she stayed, she sets up, she cleans up, and nobody ever recognizes. I do.
Yeah.
But in the committee, people come in on a, don't even say, Dottie, what can I do? They just walk around, do whatever. She's there, and sometimes she's the only one, because Maria Perdomo has been sick and has not been able to help. I've been helping, you know, I'll go put the tablecloth.
There all the
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's uncomfortable.
I just don't think we need that. If you want, don't, just call me and say, I can't make it, or I'm coming. I don't think it needs to be registered. That's because we've already set up the ground lines. They can tell me how many's coming. So I know then how much to order. It's,
Okay, so we have the meals, the 20th, or we need the restaurant?
Yeah, you guys agreed, right, to go through the proposal that was attached?
Yes.
Unless you have any questions.
We need to vote on it.
Trying to tell someone.
Okay, we need to vote on this.
Yeah, go
I had
ahead.
a question.
Judge, you can-
You got one other question, sorry.
Yes, please.
Have we used Chef Veronica before?
I'm sorry, what?
Have we used Chef Veronica? before?
I don't think the committee has.
No.
Okay, the menu looks good, in my opinion.
I think so. And they have choices, yeah?
She gave you guys 3 different choices.
Oh,
So
for
I'll
us,
send
thank
you
you.
here.
I didn't even get to.
There's
Yeah.
things on. I'd like to say I've ordered from her. I've done, I've ordered meals, because she also delivers to the home.
Oh, great.
And it's healthy, it's cooked with, you know, everything organic, whatever you want. I haven't had one meal that I haven't liked. I stopped using her because for me, it got a little bit expensive, but she does do good meals. I myself have.
I have one question.
Uh-huh.
It's gonna be, if we order from her, it's gonna be what, one thing we want, not everybody has a choice.
Correct.
No.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've done that before, and that was,
Yeah.
never again.
No, we have to pick, yeah, whichever
Yeah.
one.
And I think it's already been quite picked out.
No, you
No,
guys have 3 options.
Okay, can
I don't think we should come to the committee on it. Go ahead.
I would move to have Chef Victoria be our food provider for the February 20th bingo, and I opt for option number 2 because it is turkey, and some people don't eat bacon for religious reasons or for other reasons, but I don't think we should introduce that as our only choice.
Chicken bacon.
And
Yeah.
I know that a lot of people like meat and not just, because the third option is a
It's just-
vegetarian option.
Right, yeah, she always does.
So I say in my motion that we approve it for number 2.
Second?
All in favor?
Guys, I'm sorry, I wanna mention one thing. There's also dessert options, so please.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought it came, no, oh, okay.
We've been giving out a chocolate chip cookie. We make it standard.
Okay.
And we've been doing that for all the last bingos.
Chocolate chip cookie.
Chocolate chip.
And my question here is, are we gonna have to vote on this every time, or is it just a special? 'Cause
No, you guys should be voting on your proposals every meeting.
for every meal,
Yes. I'll remind
somebody
you.
else can take over, because it's hard enough. We get the restaurant, and have it come back here, you guys should vote on it. You don't like it, we have to do the. That's
So Dottie, we can go back to minutes where you guys, brought about a transparency issue that you guys weren't aware of your expenses, so this is very important. And I'll remind you that the councilwoman was sitting here and agreed that that is the protocol that we should be following.
And it is in our budget.
And I know he follows our budget.
No,
I mean, and we've never gone over budget, but all right, we can do it. It's just gonna hold everything up, and especially when you're in between, our meetings are in between each.
Well, that's why we should be coming prepared as committee members.
I
You guys
didn't
should
know
be
that.
coming
That's-
prepared to the meeting.
That's my fault. I did not know that.
That's why I brought this just in case
No, I'm
nobody
glad
would.
you did, because I didn't know that the committee had to approve the meals and everything like that.
Okay, so chocolate chip cookie.
Okay, thank you. And
What we've usually been ordering is a sandwich, a chocolate chip cookie,
Dottie,
and,
but these are the choices.
well, no, for this time, but I mean,
Okay.
I'm just saying, to make it easy on us.
Right.
That's what we've been.
So it'll be a
Next time.
quick motion,
Yeah.
but we still have to make a motion, and I think the motion passed.
Yes, we
Yes.
do.
See?
Number 2,
Number
with
2.
chocolate chip cookie.
Thank you.
What was the date again? I'm sorry.
20.
The 20.
Look, on top. Nancy. You see it on top?
No, I went to what you were talking about, the options.
Okay. No, keep going.
Okay, all this is. Next bingo is the 20th, we covered that. Field trip, that was, We didn't. Did
We were
you have a
here,
thing?
I have copies, you tasked me with looking for them, I went ahead and made copies of what I saw, this is just options with prices and what they offer, so that now, whatever size,
Big paper.
Yeah.
Two.
I got it.
No, it's 2 pages.
Here, we can share.
If you guys don't have enough, I can share with all of you.
here,
you have one?
here.
I'm happy to share via email.
That's it.
Everybody got it? Yeah, okay.
Now,
So,
we already voted on baseball.
That was one part of it. You guys agreed that you wanted to come back with other ideas of what you wanted to do.
Yeah, we always have taken a field trip like we've gone to, Key West, so we've gone.
So
But
she's
these are the
bringing
ones.
new
Okay,
ideas.
new ideas. You wanna look at it and somebody come up, raise your hand?
if I can go ahead and just explain, so I put this together because I figured it would be easier, I put different things on here. I put, for example, like boat tours, I don't know if you guys have done that before, I also put, there's a half-day city tour. I put the Perez and Frost Museum, which you had mentioned the last time, so I included here. There's the Deering Estate, there's the Flagler Museum in West Palm Beach if we want to go further, there's the Berry Farm and Homestead, which I thought if we were to do that one, we could also go to Knott's Berry Farms, if it's still within April, because a lot of people like to get the cinnamon rolls, and it's close to the berry farm, so that would be in addition to the berry farm. So I don't know, these are just ideas. On here, I put what the prices are. I also put what they offer. I put, you know, so you guys can see, and then maybe come back and the next time we, or whatever. So these are just ideas. I mean, there's also Flamingo Gardens, which are in Davie, which is not far. They have, I put if they have food included or not, so.
With the Knott's Berry Farm would be nice, but we have to do it before the end of February, so if we want to do that. we
Okay.
go to- Because they close down and they're not open again.
No, they're open until April.
Oh, somebody told me the February.
No, October to April.
April?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go on
Which
that.
one is that?
That would be, we would go to the berry farm down at the bottom, and there we can pick flowers and all that, and then hop over to Knott's Berry Farms to get the cinnamon rolls. So one thing, the berry farms is one thing, and the Knott's Berry Farm is
Right.
another, but they're close to each other.
Right, you could do two
So,
in one day.
exactly, so whatever you guys, these are just ideas that I came up with.
So I'm gonna make a
Are we
motion to
voting
go to
now?
the Berry Farm.
Yeah, if somebody, you know, wants to move this forward, then make a motion for a specific one, and then we can go from there, unless you guys want to defer till next meeting. I would suggest you get started on it now, because then we start running into funders staying behind, not doing anything.
Motions to vote on this today?
No, but you can make a motion on the one you want, if you want.
I made the motion.
Or
to
whoever
go to
wants
Knott's
to.
Berry Farm.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Dottie
we
made a
can
motion,
make it.
so very fine.
Second,
Nancy, are you voting or asking a question?
Well, somebody made a motion, I didn't hear. We skipped discussion, so I have a question.
No, we're moving into this, and I'm sorry, because I know everybody was talking, we're moving into discussion officially, we haven't voted yet.
Somebody seconded.
I second.
So
Yeah,
after
What
second
were you all
comes
discussing
discussion.
your hand for then?
They were dumping, they were dumping.
Everybody was seconding it.
Yeah, they were
So,
dumping.
Jesus, okay, comment. All right. Now, the berry farm, and then there's not nuts.
Knott's Berry
Knott's
Farm.
Berry Farm. So-
Yeah, they're next door to
Two
one another.
questions, is that the option, berry farm and the other?
We should,
Also, what is the transportation to get to these they're all
It'll be a
buses?
bus.
And that is included in this price here?
No, I don't think.
We
it
should
is.
pick
Okay.
these.
Okay.
Well, any trip we have, we're gonna have to have a bus. And we're gonna try to get the best deal we can.
Okay.
All right. The motion, all right, Jackie, go ahead.
If we're taking a vote for a suggestion as to where are we doing that? Are we up to
If
taking?
he made a
vote?
motion for the
To
bus,
make a vote.
yeah.
I would love to suggest number one for the novelty of it. I don't think we've ever taken on a boat trip out of Bayside. And I just
Yeah,
think
we
it's,
have, but that's okay.
regardless, I think it's a beautiful, novel idea.
I said we got two to vote on.
well, I think we should pick the least expensive, the three, the Perez, the Deering, and the Berry Farm, to be honest with you. And a boat with a lot of people, but me, myself can get seasick, I wanna get off. And that's crazy when you're on a boat.
Well, we've had one Knott's Berry Farm,
But I'm actually, if you actually do the math, if you do Perez, the Deering and Nas, it's almost the price of the one,
That's a lot of money.
sightseeing, so.
Yeah.
What's the
And
big,
they're all
it's
great.
a little less
If I
than
can say
$30, so you
something.
could do two for the price of one, of the expense of paying one, and I do agree with her that there are people that get seasick.
And they
Um,
don't go.
I understand, but some people don't know that they get seasick.
Me.
Until they're on a boat. If they've never been on a boat, they don't know that they get seasick. So I would say if there's a lot of interest in the Nosberry and, I'll ask whoever goes to bring me, the berry farm to bring me cinnamon rolls, cause I love them from there, so I will ask whoever goes to bring me some if we do this. But the Deering Estates, I think, does involve culture.
Mhm.
And it is in a beautiful setting, it's on the water, and I think it's educational. So I think that's good, and the Perez, if you don't like art, the only reason I would say about the Perez is if you don't like art, you're gonna be bored.
You sit outside.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, she has
Yes,
that.
I just wanna further expand, Nancy, to your point, the berry farm, I didn't write it here because I ran out of time yesterday, I was doing this while I was
That's
working.
fine, thank you.
But, the Knott's Berry Farm would be part of this, so we would go here to the berry farm and then go to the Knott's Berry Farm, to get
And
the
you're
cinnamon
saying
rolls.
NOS, that's KNAUS, it's.
Yes,
Back
yeah,
to
that's
the-
the one that's
I
run
got
by
it.
the Amish people that are
They're
here from
not Amish.
October to
They're
pair.
not Amish.
What are they?
They're German,
Yeah.
Amazonite.
Okay,
Yep.
okay,
Don't ever say Amish, they
Okay.
will.
all right, thank you
Not
for the
be happy
clarification.
campers. I've
Thank you
heard
for
somebody
the
say that and they.
Okay, then, what I wanted to
We're
let
not
you guys
happy.
know is that the price that I put here for the berry farm is for the food. I don't know during the week what the admission is, because I went crazy trying to find it and I couldn't find it. I know they charge during the weekend, but I'm not sure what the charge is during the week, but it's gonna be
Well, yes, we go during the week.
$12
We
or
go during
something,
the
right,
week.
exactly, yeah. So that's that one. As far as the Deering Estate, just so you guys know, they don't have food on the
Right.
premises. So we would be there for a couple of hours, look around, see, they do offer tours of the house itself. In Christmas, it's gorgeous. They have all the
I
Christmas
used to go to
decorations.
Easter Mass there.
So, but as far as food, we would have to go somewhere else to eat. So I just want to let you guys know that.
Okay.
So,
Pedro,
We have to take in consideration that, for example, the Frost Museum, we went over 2 years ago, they don't charge us anything.
Right. I was.
We might call
that
that in
it's
because
free.
if you guys give me about 2 weeks, I can talk to the senator, see if we can, because their neighbors want to give us, some
what
places.
he told me.
Right, he told me, so he might be able to get it for free, 50 people or something, and we don't have to pay it. I
Okay,
mean, we save money.
yes, ma'am.
What Pedro just said dovetails with what I'm about to say is, I think maybe we should just vote on, let's say, 3 possibilities, and then look into what Pedro's saying. And also the other thing too is, for instance, the food options. If you pick the berry farm, right, and Noss Berry Farm, and also find out what eating type places, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more information, pick 3 now, and then have a little more information come back at the next meeting. And I think there's time to do that. We don't have to make this decision today.
No,
do
but
we? Yeah, but you got a lot of questions here yet.
yeah, but some of these places closed down too.
The only one I see closing down is the one in April, and we're a couple of months away from April.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
I kind of agree with
Nancy.
Nancy, because we can find out if we can do a box lunch to the Deering Estates
mhm.
and whether they'll let us eat outside.
Yeah,
at the
that they will on
picnic-
the picnic table.
And the picnic tables,
Yeah.
so, we could provide a box lunch for them. And I think if Pedro finds out that the Perez Museum is free, it might skew us one way or another. But I do like the idea of picking 3, which is, you say the Frost Museum?
What's the Frost?
The Frost Museum.
But maybe the first 2, I don't know.
The Frost Museum is better
We
because,
might
sorry.
do.
Excuse me.
Hmm?
I stopped myself. The Frost Museum is better because it has the fish and it has, certain things that are, it has the.
And it has a
The
cafe.
planetarium.
Thank you, the planetarium, it has a cafe.
The cafe.
Right, the Perez Museum is a little bit more, if you're not into art and like, modern art and all of that, that one you might get bored. So I would try to see if we can get to the Frost Museum better than the Perez Museum.
So
That's my
make a
opinion.
motion to be one of the three.
Guys, there's currently a motion on the table. So either we vote against it, we make a new motion, but we
So
should.
we have to add to it. because
Add
it's
to it,
in
revise
there.
it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Amend.
Who made it?
Donnie.
So. At each meeting, we're gonna have to vote on one of these.
No,
Or-
if you guys want
We have
to,
3 a year usually.
so whatever you guys have done in the past is the past. You don't have, don't feel like you need to stick to that. You guys just need to agree on what you want to do this fiscal year.
And usually the ones that don't work are the ones that have to work all this. Remember that. No, that's what I'm saying. If you wanna take the motion off, and somebody else.
No.
You do it. I did. What is our motion? My motion was to go to the Berry Farms. And
That's why.
somebody else made a motion to go some other. place.
No.
No.
Your motion is.
I
Your
think what they're
motion is
asking you is to amend the
To the
motion
three
to
places.
amend 3 places so that we come back at the next meeting and actually have more information and make the final motion at that time.
Okay. That's it.
Are you?
I'm making that motion.
Okay, for Frost Museum,
No, but
That-
that's.
you have the
I'm sorry, I don't have my motion.
She had a motion pending, so she had to
Motion
amend.
was to go to the very, yes.
Now she's motion for Frost.
Those are the three that we're
going down.
So the motion would be for Frost
Berry,
Museum
And hearing,
Yes.
I want to clarify, because I think there's a misunderstanding. Because I can tell from Nancy's face. So it's very clear. There was a motion pending. And there was discussion.
You
No,
guys take that back and
No,
forth.
no, that's.
No hand raising.
No, they were all-
Down here, we don't hear what's
Nancy,
going on.
everybody was raising their hands. And they were all taking turns.
yes.
And she even stopped herself when he was talking and said, I realized, and I took myself down. So yes, but I think the motion has been, Dottie's motion has been amended to say that we are going to consider these 3 options, which is the Perez, the Deering, and the Berry. And that at the next meeting, we will find out from everybody that's involved
Right.
as to more details of whether food can be brought or if it's cheaper or whatever the
It's
case
takeaway.
may be. And then we will vote at that time how many we can go to depending on what our budget is, because we'll know more prices at that point in time. And I think that's Dottie's motion. Am I correct, Dottie? So we need a
Not
second.
Not the Perez, the
The Frost.
Frost.
The Frost, excuse me,
Frost.
the Frost.
I can say.
so which is the third one?
Frost,
Frost,
Deering, and Berry.
Hearing.
Mira,
There, okay.
1, 2,
Who's gonna-
3. Okay,
Gonna be doing it or somebody.
so now we need discussion on this motion because
Yeah,
it's been
discussion.
second. Any discussion?
I have one question. Who's gonna be responsible for finding out?
I'll continue to,
Yeah,
because I'm the one that did this, so I'll continue to do
You
this.
said-
I can
I
help
just wanted to make sure.
I help.
I can help,
Okay.
I can help.
Well, you,
I'm not-
Now we need a vote.
wait,
No, we need a
Hold on,
vote.
there's no question, guys.
I don't like bingos, but I like that.
okay, you switched it, Frost, Deering, Berry, and Frost is the one that,
For the fish.
And it's planetarium and aquarium.
Wait, they throw you in.
You'll find out when. we
I'm
have-
sorry, guys. Can
I'll
we
bring
finish?
in boxing gloves next time.
Nancy, can you
All I'm
please?
trying to do is ask my question to get caught up, because you're going back and forth here. Frost is the one that Pedro said he was going to talk to
Yeah.
somebody.
Right.
Are
Correct.
you
Yes.
talking about Garcia?
You're right.
Okay,
Correct.
to find out about
Yeah.
a price.
Mhm.
So that's why you put that one instead of Perez. I've got it.
Any other discussion, guys?
No.
Okay, now take a vote, please.
All in favor?
Aye. Any nays?
No.
Okay, perfect.
If you go say nay, you want to.
No, that would be
I'm kidding,
incorrect.
I'm kidding, no, I was just
You
kidding.
can't say that.
No, I didn't say anything right today. All right, with yoga by Intune Health, that's gonna be a forum on
Yeah, I think I put the date there for you guys and announcements.
February
February 16th.
16th.
You guys voted on it last meeting. if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
and it's gonna be here at Town Hall, right?
No,
No?
that's gonna be a Roberto Alonso, and it is gonna be a chair yoga similar to the Baptist one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Are we talking the yoga?
Yeah, that's the one she just announced.
Right. Is that going to be an ongoing thing or is it
No.
just this shot?
It's just that one right now.
That's why they're trying to get more.
If it's ever, yeah, if it's ever like a set programming, then it gets taken on by Parks and Rec. Right now, it's kind of like a launch and we're seeing how people like it and if the partner wants to continue or they just want to do, one-off random thing.
So it's just for this particular day? Thank you.
Motown Refuge.
You forgot to.
Technology funds. Oh, Amelia, cardiac health lecture.
No,
No, 8D.
Technology fund.
Okay, technology. Okay, technology fund. Okay.
I mentioned to you guys that they reached out to me, the Young Boys organization that was doing the tech phone thing for you guys. I guess now they are charging. So they just wanted to get input on if you guys wanted to continue doing it or not. I told them I would get back to them. I wanted to gather your feedback on that.
On what?
And how much do they charge you now? How does that work?
I believe it's $1.
Yeah, so anyways, I'm just mentioning that to you guys. I can pull up the information. It's gonna take me a while. But I'm happy to share it with you via email.
Okay,
Um,
yes.
Kyle, what is the subject?
The 8D, we're on 8D.
Technology forum?
Technology forums. So I was saying that the young boy that would come with his organization to help you guys with like
Oh,
tech
with the
stuff.
phones.
Yeah, unfortunately now they are charging and I just wanted to know if it's something you guys wanted to fund, pretty much.
Him and his mom have a business.
Okay. Up to you guys. And while we're on forums, I just wanted to mention there's dates for upcoming stuff there. And,
We have to do new business, so we're skipping.
yeah,
that
yeah,
now.
yeah. I just want to make sure you guys. That's good. Those are for your notes.
I don't think we should, I'm making a motion that we don't use the one where the technology.
You don't have to make a motion.
We don't have to.
If I don't have direction from you to move forward, I'm not gonna move forward with it. Sorry, while we're on farms, this is what I wanted to mention. I'm gonna pass it on this email. Feel free to look at it. We don't have to vote on it now. But this is the Epilepsy Alliance. They reached out asking if you guys wanted to have a forum, like a training on seizure recognition. Specifically for seniors. The bottom one shows that it's for seniors. They have something specifically for seniors. If it's something you want them to come out and do, it's between an hour and and a half.
You're finishing it all.
Again, you guys let me know if you want to move forward with it. If not, then we won't. But just some information for you guys.
Is that under 9, is that gonna be 9B?
No, it's under, I included it under forums, 8D. I'm passing around an email.
I don't see a spot.
8D, it's under,
Technology.
it's under technology forums. I just combined it with forums.
I understand now.
And I'm passing around an email with information. If you guys need time to review it, we can do it next meeting, but I just don't want you guys to forget because it seems like an important.
Almost.
Yeah. It's 9:17.
I gotta get.
New business? No,
We have, no, the health fair's on there.
yeah, the health fair,
Yeah, I
I
just,
participating in it or?
Yes.
I don't know.
so you guys usually are the ones that spearhead the health fair.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get feedback from you. I'm a little confused from the last conversation we had last year. I feel like there was a lot of back and forth that we should do it, that we shouldn't, that the parking, that people go, that people don't. When you did the budget proposal, you took down the money and said you want $0. To me, that indicates you don't want to do it. But I want to make sure we're very clear on what that direction is from the committee because I've had people approach me and I just want to make sure I'm giving the correct information.
Yes, ma'am.
If I recall, it brought in money. So
It covers it.
it covered itself and it actually made money for our committee, which we then moved into another area. So as long as we don't have to pay for it, I would say we can sponsor it, but if it costs us money, I would say no,
my
So-
thought.
To that point, I just want to be clear about one thing. Yes, in the end, it has made money historically the last few years. However, I can't guarantee that to you guys upfront because unfortunately there is an upfront cost, like the sponsor signs, the bank cards. So you guys either have to be willing to put in that money and hope that, there's a profit or you're not willing to.
I think at the end, we made like, what was it, 3,000? I remember that was what was left, $3,000 or $4,000.
I don't remember exactly.
We have to go back.
Sarah,
Yeah, I would say we should do the health fair, but can we move it to Roberto Alonso instead to Mary Collins? Because the issue is the parking.
yeah.
So I actually have 2 dates tentative on hold because I wanted to ask you guys. I have an April date, which is when we've been doing it, but the April date is in Mary Collins. I have like a September date in Roberto Alonso. Unfortunately, Roberto Alonso fills up a lot quicker. It would be a September thing, and I do have to warn you guys that we do have sports over there. So although the facility may be open and there's more parking, sports are always using those parking lots. And it's not like I could just reserve it for the inside of the community center, unfortunately.
Do
So those
they,
are things to just keep in mind.
do they have sports during the day and most,
Yeah, like practices and stuff,
especially
so,
if they have it on a Saturday or?
so up to you guys.
Yes.
I like the idea of the healthcare. I've always supported this event. It basically brings a huge awareness with so many community resources to people living within our community. I do feel that it's beneficial to move it to Roberto Alonso
Yes.
because sponsors drop off things, the cars, the way the parking lot is just a disaster. And Roberto Alonso does have a lot more parking. If we can do it in September and,
Gives them more even time to plan.
yeah, plan and let people know with time, the event, so that they can put it on their calendars.
So.
All in favor?
Wait,
Oh,
there's
make
not
a
a
motion.
sorry.
No, I just.
Make the motion.
Make
Second
the
the
motion.
motion.
Okay, I make a motion to host our health fair in September and plan accordingly, let everybody know at Roberto Alonso Community Center.
I second.
Discussion.
All in favor?
I thought you had your hand up.
No,
All right, you're right. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
No, because he's not here.
But he's here, he just stepped out.
I know, okay,
No, but you guys are.
okay, all right. Just want to make sure. I don't want somebody there.
No, you're.
Any discussion?
We're past it. This is.
Announcements, February 8th. Anita Cardiac Health Lecture.
Yes,
That's smart.
so that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. Was that here?
Yes.
We have to finish this because now.
You guys don't have to read that, that's really for your note taking.
Right.
I was gonna
Making
say,
you
it
aware.
was-
Yeah.
I have everybody read it because some of us
Okay.
have to leave.
All right, just read it and see.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second it.
I say.
All in favor?
Aye. The time is 9:20.
9:21.
Are we sponsoring all these under the announcements or that we're just?
Those are events that,
Well,
well,
yeah.
some of them are town events, but most of these are, have to do with you guys.
Yeah, there's the bingo,
The nomination for women in the states.
Yeah.
Right,